Use this before it's banned, if it ever gets banned. It was banned in cycling, but it's not banned in rowing. It's super cheap. It can make you more than 2 seconds faster over a 2K, and that's quite a bit. You have to put things into perspective. If you switch from an old boat to a new boat, talking about a single, and this comes from actually a boat builder I talked to, is that a new boat will make you at best 1% faster. 1%. Let's talk about a 2K race. That's almost nothing. So if we talk about 6 minutes, 6 times 6, that's 360 seconds. 1%, that's 3.6 seconds. 3.6 seconds. The investment you have to make in a new boat, a new single scull, will cost you, let's say, between 10 and 16,000 euros, not dollars, euros. Price is increasing. And you get 3.6 seconds.
I realized the flaw here. So I used a 2K time of 6 minutes, and I talked about prices of a single scull. I'm well aware the fastest time is 6:30. Robin Manson pulled this off in Poland. So let's use the times and prices for a double scull in the edit.
And you could use these arrow dots, which essentially are 8-9 euro cheap self-adhesive plastic dots. You can use not to scratch your floor with furniture. And you can put them on your oar to decrease wind resistance. 2 seconds for 8 to 10 euros versus 3.6 seconds for 15 to 16,000 euros. Did the math? Sounds awesome, doesn't it? Hey, this video was sent to me by Ian Randall. He's the inventor of the ever so famous, ever so effective, giving you 6% speed increase Randall foil for $100. This is something you can buy everywhere.
Now you might be wondering, what are these dots that I've placed on my oar shaft? Well, I've been interested in cycling for a while, looking at the aerodynamics of cycling, and one of the technologies that has recently been banned or outlawed by the World Cycling Federation are speed dots or aerodynamic dots. Chris Froome, he had applied some aerodynamic dots to his skin suit, and so when the World Cycling Authority, when they saw what was happening, they decided to ban this because it was creating too much of an advantage. Now, World Rowing has not banned the use of aerodynamic dots, and so this is a technology that is available to be exploited. So what we've got here is the idea that once the oar is out of the water, it is traveling against the flow or against the direction of travel of the boat, and so it's creating aerodynamic drag. So we need to eliminate that. Now, ideally, the oar shaft would be a teardrop profile, just like a bicycle. A bicycle these days, it is like an aerofoil. It is not rounded. And so what I've done is I've applied these aerodynamic dots, but to the far side of the oar, far side of the oar shaft. So as it's traveling through the air cannot get trapped on the back side or the rear side of the shaft. So the air just peels off. It's not able to stick. So this is a known technology that has been used in cycling. Now, a few years ago, all companies were experimenting with stripes, the idea of a speed stripe. And there was a study that was conducted on speed stripes. And they determined that having this aerodynamic advantage was around 2 seconds over a 2-kilometer racing course. Now you might think two seconds isn't very much, but that could be the difference between a gold medal or a bronze medal. That could be the difference between making a B final or making an A final. So seconds matter. Now, as soon as there's a headwind or you've got a longer race, the advantage is certainly increased. So having this aerodynamic advantage is beneficial. So with rowing, there are things that make you go faster, and there are things that make you go slower. What makes you go faster is your training. You need to do the work, you need to do the training, you need to have a good diet, you need to get enough rest, you need to improve your technique. But in saying that, there are things that can also make you slower, that slow down. So even with the training that you've done, your equipment can actually slow you down. So we know with the oar, something that will slow the oar down, or the efficiency of the oar, is pitch. So we can eliminate the idea of needing a 4-degree pitch by placing a foil. We've also determined through studies with the University of Porto that the foil can also reduce catch slip. So that's the slipping of the oar through the water without actually applying any power. So the whole idea of the blade is so that power from the athlete can be applied to the water. But if the oar is sliding or falling or slipping through the water, then all of that effort, that training is wasted. It just flows out into the water and isn't actually applied to boat speed. But with the application of a foil, it reduces the slip. It also reduces the amount of oar shaft drag through the water. It reduces the drag the oar shaft has, or the negative effect. So what we're doing is, by the application of a foil and by the application of aerodots, we're actually able to increase the efficiency of the oar by decreasing the negative impact that the oar has on the stroke. So we know that aerodynamics plays a part in rowing. So once the oar is out of the water, the aerodynamics of the oar shaft has a major impact on boat speed. So we can reduce that by having aerodynamic elements on the rear side of the oar shaft. I look forward to seeing you at Henley. I'd like to invite any Aram training athletes or anyone that watches Aram training, his channel, to come and say hello to Aram and myself at Henley in 2024. And we're going to be at Barnes Bar at the commercial area there, and there'll be opportunities for you to try bio rowers and to have a look at Randall foils and to have some installed, or to even have some test rows with some Randall foils.
By the way, one of the next videos is going to be Ian comparing the Croco Aero blade with the Concept 2 skinny blade and the Broadshot blade with Randall foils, and he just explains a couple of basics. Super interesting. If you are into competitive rowing, this is something you should definitely know. Alright, subscribe and hit the notification bell, because then you will know as soon as I upload the video. Hey, with this being said, if you want to work with me, go to aramtraining.com. Join the Saturday live sessions, hop on a training program, join the May training camp in Budapest. It's the annual 2024 edition of the Aram Training Rowing Camp. Such an awesome event every year. Oh, and by the way, let's meet up at the Henley Royal Regatta. This is my first go at the Henley Royal Regatta. I'm going to be there with the barbower. Ian Randall is going to be there. Dr. Charlie Thora, the ever so famous Charlie Thora, is going to be with us. You can have a go on the barbowers. You can have a test row with the Randall foil, and let's just meet up and talk shop about rowing. All right. Hey, visit biorower.com to see the awesome biorower. Visit aramtraining.com to join the team, and visit randallfoils.com to get your set of Randall foils. And hey, I'm looking forward to meet you in person later this summer. Have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
The special thing about this is that rowing has the tightest margins of most sports. Let's not call it of all sports, but of most sports. So it's very well possible that, 6 to 8 boats race over a 2-gate distance for, let's say, 5.5 to 7 minutes. And the time difference between, let's say, first and fourth is less than a second. That is very well possible. There were races, just mentioning the Rio Olympics and the men's single,
where the margin was, I think, below 1/10 of a second, if I'm not mistaken. So wouldn't you want to use every bit of advantage you could possibly get, but not ask for, where's their scientific study? Do your own scientific study and find it out. I mean, seriously, we have to use and fight and claw our teeth into every bit of advantage we could possibly get. And if these stupid little dots on the oar could possibly get us up to 2 seconds, 2 seconds, that's a lot. Just go for it, try it out. I know it's a tough investment to make. It's probably $10. And I know this is, seriously speaking, for a lot of people, this is a lot of money. But for most rowers, it is not. No, I wouldn't try it. No. I would not try it. What if you were 2 seconds faster and you tried something new? That's crazy. By the way, this leads me to the next video. Ian Randall made a very, very interesting PhD work. And he talked about innovation in rowing and why innovation and rowing really don't go together too well. All right, subscribe, stay tuned. This is going to be the next video. All right, done with the outro. Have a good day.